While you're in the kitchen finishing up your stew, you see Deacon Dupree come in, dressed as a maintenance employee, and you know, he asks the chef, you know, where is the sewage line and where are your drains, and the chef asks you if you could show him around, and you start showing him where all the, you know, waste product goes from the kitchen and where it drains out and where you do the dishes and all that kind of stuff.
All right.
Most of these lines look pretty small. You know, maybe 3 to 6 inches.
That's huge.
So, yeah, I mean, they're huge pipes, but they'd be difficult to sneak down. Well, and not for an ultra.
Anything on the schematics about how to
This has got to be one of the most offensive videos.
There's no like.
It's up there. No, you're right. Like of all the stuff.
It's not like a giant pipe where you can walk alongside of it.
So from the kitchen, it looks like all the pipes leading to the main sewage line are all relatively small, Rock, but you haven't investigated the privy, so the privy pipes might be a little bit bigger. You're also just looking at the pipes that are in the kitchen. Perhaps if you got underneath the kitchen, you would see larger pipes.
Yeah, I want to make I want to make sure everybody understands we have to have screens, so, you know, keep filtering out the water so nothing's getting clogged in there.
Right.
Grease isn't going into the pipes.
Yeah, they are dumping a lot of grease into the pipes, Rock. A lot of grease is going into the pipes. They're also using hot water and then cold water, which you think may be putting extra stress on the pipes as well.
Yeah, so I make sure they head to the kitchen, and I'll make sure the other maintenance guy knows that they need to put what needs to be done there properly.
Okay, and there's also, one of the things you notice is from the roof, there's a large pipe bringing down warm water from the roof. Yeah, you didn't remember seeing that on the schematic. It may have been recently added.
A warm water coming from the roof.
Correct.
Interesting detail.
Yes.
They all stick together and bang.
Oh yeah, no, that annoys me.
Any of my colleagues here have any idea what that might be an indication of?
No man, trees are
warm water coming from the roof. Anyone got any thoughts? Can you guys hear, Rock?
Melting snow?
Melting snow is their guess.
But it's warm, that would be warm.
I want to ask the guy who I'm speaking with, like, what was this addition?
Yeah, well,
What's it for?
interesting. One of the prisoners recently had that installed. They had a dietary restriction where they could not drink cold water. It was bad for their digestion. And so they had a warm water filtration system added to the roof of the prison with their own expense. The prisoner actually paid for this installation, which is very unusual.
It's very progressive prison as well.
This has got to be tied into something's going on here with this prisoner 13 who's busy making sure all these other prisons and warm water from the roof.
Yes.
Okay, I don't know what to make of it, but
you got it?
Definitely some connections going on here.
All right, so now we're going to bounce back over to... Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. No, I guess the two things I'm trying to find out are if we needed to get into the sewer, I needed to figure out how to get into the sewer.
Okay.
To get out. What I'm hoping for is that there's we don't actually have to go swimming in it. And then the other thing I'd say is I want to know what's going on with this rooftop warm water. If that's of any interest to us, that we can do something.
You could actually go up and inspect the rooftop water system, Rock, or if you'd like.
Yeah, sure. I'd like to see that.
Okay, so you head out of the kitchen, having completed your inspection of the water system in the kitchen, and head up to the roof.
And I've made my recommendations for how they need to change their kitchen system.
Yep. You haven't submitted your final report, but you definitely made notes.
Okay.
All right. Let's go back to those of you that were in the hospital.
Which is no one.
Brian has left the hospital. Julie Newmar is still in the hospital.
So is Corollas.
Carolus Rex the Eyeless.
How do you say that again?
I paused to make sure I said it right.
How do we say it?
I appreciate that.
Who say it?
How do you say my name?
Well, I mean, it's
say his name.
Say
my name.
It's very regional in a lot of
All
ways.
three of us. All three of us.
And we've really moved to like a one-word naming system in this campaign. So Color is your name. I'm sorry.
Say my name. What's that from? It's from Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad, man.
Heisenberg. You're damn right.
I only saw like parts of the first season. I need to
Okay, so we're an hour into to session 2. We're hoping to finish the heist tonight.
Well,
So you got 1 hour to
go.
make things happen.
Make the place to blow.
So I'm gonna make my Al Hooter appear on the outside of the wall, and he's gonna fly around and do some recon for me.
Okay, you do the recon of the prison. You send the owl out. The owl swings around. Let's see, there are some external guard towers that weren't really covered on your map. Oh no, they're there. So you see this external guard tower
Yeah.
that's covering kind of like a land attack or something, why that would be there. But it looks like while the owl flies by, you see guards going in and out of the prison to staff that area, right? It looks like they're on a very tight rotation there as well.
Okay.
You see some prisoners that are out on the yard already. It's before lunch, so it looks like they're playing like some tetherball before
In the
lunch.
courtyard.
Correct. There are... You can't see into the privies, you can't see into the kitchen, so that's pretty much the only activity you see outside of the prison. The courtyard is actually stone up very high, like 3 floors high, with slits in the stone. So there are gaps,
Arrow slits.
but they're wider than arrow slits, but yeah.
So here's my question:
Ballista splits.
is this open air?
No, you're inside the tower.
Okay, so this is closed off, but this is open air.
Correct. That's an there's
And these are like roofs for these guards.
correct.
But what are they even looking at? They can't see into the prison.
So there's that one there. Across the courtyard, there are guards watching the courtyard
Okay, I
from
can see
there,
that.
and then they also have views externally of the water and of a land attack, so they could see people approaching.
Okay. Land attacks.
But they're not very interested in people approaching. They're glancing occasionally there. They're mainly worried about the prisoners that are on the courtyard, but the prisoners on the courtyard are very well behaved. I mean, you don't know what you'd expect to see, but you've only seen movies about prisoners. You expected some, weightlifting and gang activity. These guys are just mellow. Most of them are middle-aged. They look like accountants, a couple of them. These don't look like hardened criminals, really. Like what you would expect.
Well, I haven't seen the criminals yet, right?
Right.
Okay. So, I'm going to
White collar prison?
make the owl,
White collar prison?
go land somewhere.
Oh, and then the prison is very tall. She can fly up the sides of the tower as
Go up
well.
the side of the tower.
And then on the top, you do see this giant water tower.
Damn.
Looks
Yeah.
newly installed with huge hoses coming down the side,
Nice.
down the side of the building toward the kitchen, on that side of the building.
Can I see into these places?
No, there are windows looking into both on level 2, right? You see in level 2 you see some windows leading into a room
Ryan's somewhere.
Doing something.
I'm pretty much in the hall.
where the trials occur. There's windows there.
Right.
One of the windows is boarded up,
He hasn't done it. I'm pretty much somewhere right here.
and
I'm gonna go looking for a prisoner.
but there's no windows on the barracks level, and on the roof level you just see that water tower.
Can I see inside the office or the warden?
There are no windows into the wardens or the office areas.
Okay. Then I'm just gonna bring my owl back, and
To the hospital.
I'll put him back in my pocket dimension.
Okay.
And seems like I'm not disturbed in here, so I will make I'll cast it again because I've had this familiar for days.
You can't get a new familiar until that familiar dies.
No,
You can't have multiple familiars.
no. If you cast it again, it just becomes a different form.
Oh, so you're trading your owl in for something else.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
We need Lewis
Spider.
to start.
You're getting a spider. You're trading it in for a spider.
spider.
Got it. So your minion, your
When I get the
familiar-
spider, I'm going to send them out into
into the
the
prison.
Does the spider have a name?
Hooter.
Charlotte.
Peter.
Peter.
Best spider name.
So I cast it, so I can't cast it again today.
Okay, so yeah, you've got now a spider. You said a spider.
What's a ritual? I can do it as many times as I want.
I thought you couldn't cast a new familiar until your familiar died. I don't know if that's why I think that's a rule.
No, I can show you.
No, I believe you. I believe you.
It's just, it says,
What's to stop him from just bringing the familiar back and breaking its neck?
Ethics.
We don't
can't
have that.
I really think we
You
follow
can't have more than one
We
familiar at
plunge
a
the
time.
casino into hell.
If you cast a spell while you already have a familiar, you instead cause it to adopt a new form.
Okay. And how does Charlotte feel about adopting new creatures? I mean, are you hurting her feelings?
Absolutely not. An owl would be inappropriate inside of the prison.
So the owl wants to be a spider.
I mean,
It seems like a step down, doesn't it?
well, a spider has got poison, so that's kind of interesting.
More
Yeah, that's
legs, more eyes.
So the spider heads off into the prison,
Yeah.
following Brian on his adventure into the prison. Brian, what's your plan?
So where I just left the hospital,
Correct.
I am carrying the message of Zoltek into the prison. What are we looking at?
Surprise, motherfucker.
Yippee-ki-yay.
That's from him in the Django Unchained, I think.
That was a Black Snake. Black
Yeah, it's not
Snake
Black
Mole.
Snake. Yeah, Black Snake Mole.
A great film, a really underrated movie.
I mean, Nicole Richie. Yeah.
Brian, you head out into the thing. There are guards patrolling the cell areas. The thing. There are guards in the central area observing you. So you are seen.
You are seen.
I'm not sneaking.
Okay, where are you heading?
I go to the first cell. I mean, do I know? I mean, prisoners 13 cells clearly
There's
marked
marked.
out on this one.
Right, it's
Do I
like the
know
third
that
cell around. So yeah,
I know
you
that?
know where prisoner 13 is supposed to be.
So I make a left, and I start praying and offering. Do I bless?
So D6 for that first cell, Brian.
You want me to roll a d6?
Correct.
Six.
I got a 9.
You can't get a 9.
What are you talking about? That's a 9.
D6.
It looks like an odd from right
Right
here.
from my
No,
perspective.
it's a 6.
It's a 9.
9.
It's a 9.
Grix,
All in favor
a
of 9.
neutral goblin convicted of espionage, has served 1d6 of a 10-year sentence. So there's a goblin sitting in a cell.
How many years? You want me to roll again?
1d6.
Six. He served 6 of his 10 years. He's more than halfway there.
Booba.
Grix is there. You see Grix.
Hold up. What did he do? Like, what?
Espionage. Spy.
I mean, how is he
He's a
healthy?
goblin. He looks healthy. Sitting in his cot. Looks like he's waiting to go to lunch. He's kind of sitting a
Looks
little
like he's
anxious.
ready for a beating, is what he looks like.
Snitches get stitches.
What is the flavor on guidance? As opposed to bless. I bless you, but what's the flavor of guidance?
So guidance is it's a attaboy. You're good enough. You're worthy. You're the one.
And that's what I do. I cast guidance on him. And I'm like, may the power of Zoltek
Zoltek? Who's Zoltek? Is that a prisoner?
Go beat his ass.
I don't want to deal with any more prisoners. This whole place is crazy.
And I put my... Is it touch? It's touch. So I touch him
You reach through the cell and touch Grix.
on the forehead.
First
He's a
time
gnome,
you're
right?
touching me now.
He's a goblin.
A goblin, so he's short. And I put my hand on his head, and then may the power of Zoltek guide and direct him, and I push him back.
He flies back across his cell. Yes, not happy at all.
No, that's like the healing power of Zoltek going through.
I am not a fan of Zoltek. I don't know what you're doing here. This is a
Does he feel the
nightmare.
healing power of guidance within him?
I feel fine, thank you. Please leave me alone. It's almost lunch.
Bless you, I will go on to my next victim.
Victim! Guard! And one of the guard walks over and observes you, I guess, ministering to Grix.
That is the correct word. Blessing, guiding.
Boy, may I help you? Is that the right way to address an altar boy?
I'm a cat, so I kind of look like that. Yes, you can help me.
How may I be of assistance?
Where's the chapel in here? Your warden let us into the hospital? Those facilities aren't correct for us ministering and spiritually lifting up your inmates? Why do you think you have so much problem with issues with your inmates here?
We have no issues.
None?
None.
Rumor on the outside that there is a lack of spiritual guidance and lifting up, and within this
Part of
prison.
the prisoner's punishment is to be distanced from their spiritual centers as a way to force their
Are
compliance.
you force your compliance?
Correct.
And you're telling me there's no problems in this
None.
prison?
None.
Lies.
Ask Grix.
So they're
Grix,
not-
are there any problems? No problems.
Let me go to the next one.
D6.
That's free.
3.
Pirouette. A chaotic evil tiefling, a Thieves Guild leader convicted of multiple crimes, has served 1d20 of a life sentence. So that's actually 3 months. You recognize this tiefling from an earlier caper.
Which one?
The casino.
You think it might be one of the main, like, bosses from the casino.
It would be like the best thing ever, like be a dictator. It's like
The sheer.
And then I confront him. I know you.
every time people are like he screwed up.
I remember you as
You
well.
have wronged
You are
me.
nothing but a problem. I don't know what you're doing here. Guard, please. Trust me. This guy, I was there when he brought the living hells into a casino and almost destroyed everybody.
You have wronged us, and I am sorry you were being punished. What's his name?
Pirouette.
Pirouette. I just want to let you know that I forgive you.
Your forgiveness is useful. You are going to spend your life in hell.
And that Zoltek is willing to hear your repentance at this point.
I repent nothing. You, my friend, are the problem. You don't even know how evil you are. You don't even know what you've unleashed. I'm glad that I'm here to be kept safe from the hell that you've unleashed.
And I cast. Can I touch him? Or is he cowering away
The
from me?
appropriate response here is, wasn't me.
No, I think the one is here is he had wronged me, and I am offering her forgiveness. Be the higher, lifted on in the spiritual plane.
The spider is observing all of this closely.
Yes. Well, I can see through
Right,
this by-
right, right.
Pirouette, would you like to receive the healing touch of guidance from Zoltek?
Guard, please, arrest this man. Trust me. He has to be wanted for something.
I will move on to the next person.
Okay, we'll pause. Adam, what would Color like to be doing?
I am still in the hospital.
Wait, who?
I'm just ignoring it at this point. I am still in the hospital.
Yes.
Are there any patients?
There are no patients. There are 20 beds, no patients. In fact, it doesn't look like the hospital's been used much lately at all.
Like their chapel.
You haven't found a chapel yet.
Exactly.
You should be Corollas Rex Manning. It's Rex Manning Day.
Corollas Rex Manny?
You ever seen Rex? Empire Records?
I have seen Empire Records.
Rex Manning. He was the guy that came at the end acting all like full of his shit. Same guy that played Shooter McGavin in Happy Gilmore.
And it was good.
Fucking man.
And then they imagine beating the shit out of him, don't they?
I think so. Because he's a
I
complete
guess I'll
douche to
go
live
check
tight.
out the inmates.
So you walk out into the general population.
Yep.
You see him serving food to some of the prisoners in their cells. It looks like cold cut and a croquembouche.
Do I see him?
You see him.
Alright,
A croquembouche is a pastry tower with spun honey on the outside.
Jesus Christ, these prisoners are
It's
fucking...
pretty nice.
These prisoners are fucking not prisoners, they're guests. Anyway,
Man.
Hotel California.
Croquembouche.
They're mandatory guests.
I signal to you to like, hey, this is your shit, come get here.
What?
This is her food, come get here and poison it.
Oh.
God damn
We don't know if she's complying or not yet.
It doesn't matter, shit's moving, let's
It's
go.
your job to poison it.
I don't have the poison.
Say that louder for the guards to hear.
I go over to pull out my massive jug and poison it.
You just start pouring poison on the croquembouche?
On
Are you making a soggy croquembouche?
Okay,
They're
I
prisoners.
drizzle a little bit of poison on the croquembouche.
Okay, you drizzle some poison on the croquembouche.
On prisoner 13.
Please make a, I don't even know, a cooking check? Sleight of hand. To see how effectively you can glaze the croquembouche with the poison and not make it look like adulterated food.
18.
An 18. So you actually, by applying this poison to the croquembouche, it looks like it pops. I mean, really, you add like a glazed appearance to the overall bouche, and it's croquin. Yeah, it's glazed. Don't do it like that. That just doesn't.
That ain't the only thing that you're glazing.
That doesn't look right at all, man. That's just not okay. So the spider is now watching these two knuckleheads poison pastries.
Only the one.
Only the one.
Well,
Nobody's
how can
sticking
I
in
get a
place.
look at the what's it called?
You done this
warden.
for me?
What? Oh, yeah.
I want to get a look at the warden.
So the warden came and had escorted him to a visitor's room.
Okay.
We're probably done that with argument. We're the only ones going.
Which is
Any resemblance to it, at least.
in the meeting room. I'll go see if I can go to the meeting room.
Okay, so you head out of the hospital and head over to the meeting room.
Absolutely.
You get to the door of the meeting room. It is locked.
Right. Okay. I'll slow it on her.
In the wizard,
Does Julie knock and say, "Hey, it's me" or anything?
Well, you know that the mind
It's
map
locked.
you have allows you to unlock any
That's what
door
I'm
for a
saying.
minute.
If I knew she's there,
Including the cell.
right.
I'll
You
just
don't
oh.
know.
Unlock
You were
it.
told they allow you to unlock every door for a minute.
Unlock it.
So you say unlock it and the door pops open.
Yeah.
And I
And you
just
see him sitting at a large conference table.
Yeah.
There are legal documents around the walls. Looks like a library. It looks like lawyers meeting with their clients may occur in here. There is a small altar with a kneeler, and it looks like some kind of devotion space where maybe prayers could be occurring. And there also appears to be the setup
I don't
for
know this.
some
I
kind
don't
of
know.
12-step recovery
It would be
program.
nice.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That really works.
Yeah, so they've got like a recovery center, a chapel center, and a legal center, all in this meeting room.
Yeah.
Chairs, there's a lot of chairs.
Does it have the warden?
14 chairs. The warden is not here, but your friend is. You see the door open and a spider crawls in.
darn.
The spider looks around and walks. God.
And I say, bye, Julie.
So you're good? You're good?
Good.
Can we have her show up? Or
Alright, so I'm delivering food.
Okay, so you walk over to the third prison, in which there is a female pissed off dwarf, covered in tattoos.
No. You just said though before that like it's now I'm delivering food.
Correct.
Okay, I'll start walking slowly and like taking my time. Like, is this it? Is this it? Is this is this supposed to go to you? Act like they're all the same, even though they're all the same thing.
Gotcha.
Just trying to slow it down for the rest of the group to catch up and shit.
Well, you see Brian approaching the prison cell where prisoner 13 is, with a guard, and he's yelling at a prisoner in the next cell over.
Okay, no, I was not yelling.
The prisoner is yelling at him.
Yeah, no,
This prisoner's freaking out on me. I don't know why.
Can I hear this going on?
I am just
Where
trying to
are
offer
you?
repentance.
I was out where he was for 3
You're in the food area. Yeah. So you guys, I had you guys like in this cell area,
Yeah.
like at like 3 o'clock, and Brian's over there at like 1 o'clock.
Alright.
Okay.
So you should be able to see
So we
that,
know
right?
where the prisoner 13 cell is. It's right here.
Yeah, Brian's approaching the cell now. You guys are approaching the cell with the food.
Okay. Sounds good.
Brian, you look in. There is an angry. Well, did you want to get to the cell before Brian or after Brian?
I'll go with after.
Okay. You're Snow. You are in a conference room waiting for the prisoner to be delivered. Do you want to do any shenanigans while you're here?
I'll search around if the door is.
Okay.
Which prisoner?
Prisoner. He's requested to visit with prisoner 13.
Do I see?
The actual plan
You
that
see her
everybody
in her
agreed
cell.
to, that none of y'all are listening. Well, you are.
He was told that she would be available after lunch. And you think lunch is being served.
I know. I was gonna say you are. No, you're sitting here. That's fine. Like that's.
I'm doing my job of being the cook. I'm following the
So
plan.
your investigation reveals a small
Thank you.
temple area that has devotionals to many deities. You do not see any Zoltec specific religious paraphernalia, but it's got like, the big gods of the Forgotten Realms are all kind of represented in a kind of cascading arch with a kneeler. There's a couple spiritual books, like kind of standard books, incense and candles, but it's not being used right now. Looks like they set it up in this room for the Sunday service or something. The law books all like you've been in a lot of prison libraries. This is standard legal libraries. Nothing really looks out of place. Give me a perception check.
It was something like it was. Yeah, it was like something like
17.
Oh, that's good. So your prison knowledge comes into play, and you do notice that there is one set of dwarven legal books that are very rare. Dwarves generally don't sentence their prisoners to standard common prisons, and the dwarven legal system is basically chop off their hands. So it's rare to see a dwarven legal text, and they have like 4 volumes of it, which is unusual.
Would I know anything else besides that?
No. The rest of the room is pretty bare, right? There's not a lot going on here. So to Brian, you're waiting for Brian. Brian, go.
Brian, go.
You approach prisoner 13's cell. A tightly muscled dwarven woman keeps her red hair cut short. Her bronze skin is covered in tattoos that stretch from her collarbone to her ankles. She surveys you, Brian, with unimpressed eyes.
We're so okay with love. It didn't matter if you were
Unimpressed eyes. Okay.
I do not need to impress others when my higher power gives me all of the impressed eyes that I need. I do not need your earthly eyes. Are you looking at me like the door's looking at me?
Yeah.
Right now? Yeah.
She's sitting on her cot staring at you
Yeah, Betty
blankly.
Davis eyes.
No, dude.
Is the
No
guard
one
still
had
looking
Betty
at me?
Davis. What's that?
The guard's still looking at me?
The guard is standing near you,
How near?
within 7 feet. 2 meters.
2 meters?
We have to use feet, it's Dungeons and Dragons, yes. 7 feet. She's kind of trying to calm down the tea
2
flame.
squares away.
2 squares.
So 10 feet.
10 feet.
Yeah, I don't know 7 feet.
I don't either. It was a strange answer, and then I tried to justify it with the metric system, which is just bullshit. That's just
But
me
unless
being
she's 1
used
square,
to talking to people that don't know how the metric
she
system
could only be
works.
5 or 10 or
Right.
0.
She's 10.
I mean,
The guard
I
is
don't-
10.
What's the metric system?
Exactly.
So
Use
that it
freedom.
mattered since July
Yeah, we
4th,
just rang in freedom
1776.
yesterday. You better recognize the imperial system here.
Freedom
America.
units.
All right.
Freedom units.
units.
The fuck
Name
the
3
kilometer?
countries that use the imperial system.
What the fuck is a kilometer?
So they use metrics?
Yep.
Or the imperial system?
Correct.
The UK still uses it in circumstances.
I'm gonna say no.
But they do.
I'm gonna say no.
Ask someone how much they weigh there.
Yeah, they'll say stones.
They'll say stone, which is imperial.
Jamaica is the right answer.
But they do
I
measure
think
themselves in
the
stones.
number of countries that currently use the imperial system currently is the United States and Jamaica.
And
I think-
Myanmar.
What?
Myanmar. Burma. Whichever
No,
one.
I think they transitioned. We need to Google check, Brian.
I'm gonna go pee while y'all are.
I think Miramar is currently using the metric system.
They're also in a civil war now, so I don't think they care.
Well,
Ready to get out?
Are they using 9 millimeters or are they using AKs?
They're using AKs, and what's millimeter is an AK?
7.62.
7.62.
But that's actually in inches, right? Isn't that
No, 7.62.
Are
is,
there any non?
It's called 7.62
7.62
NATO, which goes by
inches?
millimeters.
You know how big that was?
No, are there any
That's
non-metric?
762 calibers.
Are
That
there
is
any?
massive.
What's it? Is calibers expressed in inches or millimeters?
One caliber is 100th of an inch.
So it's still metric or it's still imperial.
Calibers are an American unit for American
There
bullets.
you go.
Like the
Rock, you've gotten to the roof.
like that.
There's a brand new water tower. It's radiating heavy magic aura.
Dude, the key is in this thing.
Bahamas.
I just got in my
The key is in this water tower.
Okay, do you want to run back down and tell the party?
I mean, I guess we should.
Did you already give the
hands on deck
verdict?
to get the key out? I mean, that'll.
What's that?
What's the verdict on Myanmar?
What would be the?
It's
The rest
It's
of the
nuanced.
party is approaching prisoner 13.
Well, like some
So the guys that were
Myanmar,
pretending
I
to
do
be
not see
chefs, the guys that were pretending to be chefs are showing up with lunch. They poisoned her croquembouche,
said it's fine.
and the guys that are
Do not say blah blah blah.
Strictly speaking,
and the
it's
guys that are
Myanmar,
Brian is
Liberia,
providing religious guidance to the prisoners.
and the United States.
Liberia.
But I also hear
Is
the
there a way for me
Bahamas.
to ascertain if I can obtain this key for myself and then get everybody to go?
You can inspect the water tower more directly. You can climb inside it if you'd like.
Well, if it's radiating magic, I would imagine
Reminds me of
I
that
would want
joke
to protect
of
myself in some way.
Yeah, heat magic, warm magic.
no metric system, but here I am
Is
running
that
around with my grand
I don't
coat
know
with my 9mm in
what
my
the
pocket.
implications of that are.
And it's very cold. You're up on the roof of a you're in the ice, right? So it's very cold. This tower is radiating a great deal of heat.
So it's just like warmth. The
Very warm.
temperature doesn't- Yeah, okay. So,
And they measure people in stones.
so what's the nature of the key that I'm looking for?
You don't know. It opens a vault that's holding dwarven treasure.
I see. So, I want to take a closer look if I can maybe see if this water tower is concealing the key.
Yeah. So you start inspecting the water tower very closely. Like you're looking underneath it. You're going up on the roof and checking everywhere. So far, you have not yet found it.
If we plunged the casino into hell and the
I might have
Harpers
to.
were supposed to be good
I mean,
guys,
I
what
don't
if they
think
know
going
that
into
was
it by
us?
myself is a
And
good
she's
idea.
telling the
Okay.
Harpers, like, oh, those dumb
Because
fucks are
what
here.
if? Well, you know what? I am the
warden
sewer
is a
maintenance
Harper, right?
person.
Yeah.
You are absolutely sewer maintenance.
So
And
I
there
best
also,
check this out
there is
since
a
it wasn't
guy
on any of
from the
my
casino here.
schematics, and I don't see any bureaucratic approval for this installation to the prison.
Definitely does not look like it was installed based on a code that you're aware of.
Yeah, so let me go check this out. Is there a door inside?
There's a lid. On the roof of this, there's a trapdoor lid that you could open and crawl in through.
Alright, is there any way for me to notify my team, my colleagues that I'm doing this?
I don't know. We've got a spider running around the prison and the rest of the prisoners. One's in a waiting room and the others are approaching the prisoner.
Yeah, I'm gonna just go inside. I'm gonna crawl in.
Alright, so let's cut right there. You crawl into the water tower.
Okay.
Okay, cutting right there. You're approaching the cell with food. Brian, you're staring at her with your religious pontification. I don't know. You've got the spider in his room. You're in the
I
hospital
am
still.
looking for the warden.
All right. Oh, so you've left the hospital and you're now looking for the warden. There are guards you could ask.
Oh, okay. I'll come out of the hospital
Yeah.
and I'll ask the actual guard. Hi. Do you know what the warden is?
He was just here. He's gone back up to his office. Would you like me to have him brought down?
Oh, I want. Can I go up there? And
Of
see
course,
from
of course. It's up on the second floor.
Okay.
And he gestures towards the stairwell.
Okay. I go that way.
So you start heading up the stairs.
Sure.
Do you want to do more? Or are you good right? I don't know. We only have a half an hour left, so I'm not sure where to drive this at this point. I think Brian's probably most likely to create problems.
We just need prisoner 13 to go to the meeting room. That is the next step, and we were waiting for
I
that.
will
Just make it happen.
put my spider back in the pocket dimension.
Spiders in the spider direction. Brian, you're up.
Can the guard hear me if I whisper?
Probably not. They don't seem to be paying much attention to your religious administrations.
Is that what they're calling it?
I don't know what they're calling. I mean, so far you've pushed someone and enraged someone.
Guided
And blessed, I think.
and
Forgiven.
repented, like heard his repentance.
She did not repent.
What she said and where her heart was and what Zoltek hears,
Yeah.
who am I to say?
You're his voice. I mean,
Repentance was
many people consider the voice of Zoltan.
repentance has been given.
All right, you have 24 minutes to get the key out of here.
She's the key.
I don't know.
What'd you say?
Well, I'm waiting for her.
You should ask her.
So I'm digging in.
Right?
Are you the key?
Excuse me?
Are you the key master?
Are you the key master?
I am the gatekeeper.
I am the gatekeeper.
Are you insane? I am not have a key. I'm in prison.
Do you want to get out?
Not particularly.
Are you happy here?
Serving my time.
How much time is she serving?
No, there's no way for us to afford it, so we'd have to find investors to purchase it.
It actually doesn't say.
Why were we breaking
I
her out
pop up
again?
with the babushkas or whatever.
I said let this dwarf rot. Breaking her out. We're trying to get the key.
So of the questions you can ask her, Brian, how long are you in for? It's not one of them. There's only 3 questions you can't ask.
What are
That's
they?
not one here. This is the role play section, man. You got to get the right question.
How about this? We want the key. What do you want?
We want the key. What do you want?
What key are you talking about?
How come you got locked up? Is that one of the questions?
That's not one of the questions. I was arrested and brought here.
For
Crimes.
not in the book.
Syntax error.
Am I off book at this point?
Well, you can do an insight check.
Insight check. Let's do insight check. Oh, I'm good at insight too.
Not when you roll a 2.
Doesn't matter. Do you want my modifier?
I'll even give you advantage.
Ooh.
Nope.
Florida Ice count, man.
Caught
What the
it.
hell?
I caught it though. I caught it and I know what it was.
What was it?
A 14.
It was a 14.
16. So it'd either be a 16
20.
20.
Yeah, she's lying.
About.
You're not sure. Probably everything she said. It may be impossible for her to tell the truth. She's one of those.
Oh, I can guide myself too. Can I guide myself? Does guiding myself help?
Hey, can I see?
And I look at her. I'm like, you are lying. We want the key.
To what?
Lying again. I'm assuming.
No, she honestly looks like she doesn't know what key you're talking about.
You gotta just tell her the vault.
Treasure vault.
Yeah.
The key to the vault. The golden. The key to the golden key. What the fuck?
The axe
You guys are with the Golden Vault?
Oh, the axe breaker.
This is the best the Golden Vault can send? You're the Golden Vault?
Yes.
No.
I am a pyrite. I am a fool's gold level.
Clearly. I mean, really, is this your plan? You're gonna religiously bully people into giving you information?
Like
Golden Vault.
Wait, I am not religiously bullying her.
I mean, they used to do a
And
lot
I
better than
honestly
this. This is
granted
not the
repentance.
best I've
I
seen.
said, like,
Hey, he
all
was
religions
repentant.
Except the Buddhist.
Repentant.
Cool.
Well, I mean, talking to you, we all repented.
I'm listening to your repentance now. What's her name again?
Prisoner 13.
Prisoner 13. How did you get Prisoner 13 number? Like, you know, you have pirouette next to you, you have some stupid goblin name, and you're 13?
Correct.
How did you get that name?
That's my name.
Did your mom give it to
Don't
you?
wear it out.
And when you say to her, did your mom give it to you, one of her tattoos flashes.
What?
Does it say mother?
Do you read Dwarven?
Do I read Dwarven?
I think I read Dwarven.
No. Can I fucking poison this fucking stupid ass beardless dwarf?
I said I'd come in with the babushkas or whatever.
Yeah, give her.
Babushka?
I know his grandma in Russia.
You're feeding your grandmother?
Why do you know Russian?
So, no, this dwarf. We're trying to get in the axe breaker.
Oh, you're with the axe breakers?
Fucking key. Lose all
The
cool.
axe breakers
Lose
sent
all
you?
cool with
They were just here. What do the axe breakers want?
You know what the axe breaker is.
God damn it, Brian.
That's old news.
Go control your altar boy.
What do you want?
Can I come in and kind of just pull him away?
Take him to the back.
Oh,
like you
there
always
needs to
do.
be pulling away at this point.
Yeah, no,
I'm getting
I hear
livid at her.
I hear bickering and shouting, and I come to check it out, and
I
I,
am
see my
fucking livid
goddamn
at her
altar
at this
boy.
point.
She really doesn't understand why you're upset.
You didn't say that. Why is my altar boy bothering you?
Excuse me, is my altar boy bothering you?
Are you with the Golden Vault as well? And what are you supposed to be, like some kind of doctor?
I'm sorry.
You're
what-
playing doctor in a
what is-
prison?
what is
That's
the
a little weird.
I'm sorry, what is the Golden Vault?
Hey, can I come in? I came in, right?
Yes.
Don't give it to her shit.
No. Obviously, shit's gone fuck, cause Brian.
Oh, that's fucking sideways.
I'm sorry, I'm very sorry about my altar boy. You
But
bad-
I gotta say, this is actually the best your plans ever come together, right? Like, you guys haven't killed anyone. It's been like almost 30 minutes.
Can I grab a handful of the poison?
That's not us.
No, can I,
The pastry is
Is
poison.
that are you
Right.
close
You've
to
got
that,
poisoned croquembouche.
I want to grab a handful of it.
Bad Philly beef
and I'm
steak
just going to
sandwich
shove
place?
my hand as deep as I can in her mouth.
Brian, as you're being dragged away from the cell, you see your colleague, Top Card, grab a handful of cream puffs and start aggressively charging the prisoner.
We haven't fully interrogated her yet.
We'll interrogate her on the boat.
Would you like to take an action?
How do I
Can I
bless him
stop
to get
him?
this thing done?
You can cast Blessing.
Bless him.
Can I stop him?
Make a cream puff attack roll, please.
And as I'm blessing him, I'm looking at the fucking dwarf right in the eyes.
As you're being tracked.
As I'm blessing him, I'm looking at her, and I'm like, you.
Like holding your soul section.
Like,
I got a
holding it back.
16
16 plus a d4.
plus a D4.
Yeah.
It's going down her mouth. Remember that.
And the eyes I'm giving her, it's like, you had your chance.
Also, by the way, when I shove it down her mouth, I want to make sure like I'm pushing it down her throat, so
Can
she has to swallow.
I cast
She
compelled.
has to
I
swallow.
cast compelled
She will
duel on
swallow.
him. Compelled duel on
So-
him before he shoves it down.
He goes through and shoves a cream puff into her mouth.
She's poisoned! You need to get her to a hospital!
Fucking plan is ruined.
And then you start yelling, she's poisoned.
We need to get her to a hospital. Doctors, get her!
Serves her
Yeah.
right!
No!
We went straight to the poison, huh?
No. Let the record show. I tried to negotiate.
You're not the assigned negotiator.
You know what? A negotiation attempted.
She chews the cream puff in her mouth, swallows it, wipes the cream from her lips, licks it off her fingers, and eats the rest of it. That's actually quite delicious. Where were
Fucking
you
dwarves and
trained?
their fucking poison resistance.
I was trained by Julie Newmar.
Julie Newmar is an excellent restaurant. I'll have to try it once I get out.
It's a person.
It's a person.
It's a person.
I'll have to try some Julian.
Try Julie Moore.
The
Open all night?
Never closes.
The warden is coming down the stairs that you're going up.
Hi, Warden.
Hi, how are you?
I'm so great.
You must be our new nurse. We're so we've had a really healthy winter. I think you'll find our prisoners in top shape.
I know, that's the problem. Does anybody have any health issues here?
Some of the guards could use some dental work.
Oh,
I don't know if you've got any dentistry skill set.
no. A dentist.
I'm a nurse, not a.
I'm
What
not
are
a
they
dental
called?
hygienist.
Yeah,
Well, you
dental
can pull their teeth and stuff. I mean, that can't be that hard.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, maybe we can set you up this afternoon to do some extractions.
Absolutely.
Let's see. We could probably use, we've installed a new water system. We could probably have you do a health check on the water, make sure there's no fungus or growths or anything unhealthy about the water system. One of the prisoners purchased a hot water system for the prison. We installed it at the beginning of winter. Yeah, we've only been functional for about last week.
That's amazing.
Yeah, no, it's really nice. It's really helped the prison. Morale's up. It's across the board for everything. But I gotta excuse myself. I gotta go take one of the prisoners to a visit.
Okay.
And he just hustles
What
past
are
you
all
down the
those
stairs.
keys for?
Oh, I have various locked boxes in my office and other places that I have keys to. Not to the cells.
Oh, not to the side. Yeah, he
So do I
carries
hear all this
some
commotion
keys.
considering the meeting room's right
I
out?
take a very good look at the keys.
Small, like chest keys.
Oh.
So you're standing near the door to his office.
I am.
Yeah.
He's going down.
He's going down to take prisoner 13 to the meeting. You guys have fed the prisoner. The guards are escorting you guys back into your area. Are you guys new to prison work? Like the guards a little bit kind of escorting you away from the cells.
Very sorry. This one's high and this one's retarded.
Well, no, I've heard great things about
And
him from the
it is proven
kitchen.
it's okay to
Isn't
call
he
non-retarded.
preparing our dinner tonight? I've heard talk of a very
Yes,
exceptional
I am
meal.
intelligent. He's
Well,
retarded.
why don't you head back to the kitchen?
I'm trying to
Same way
stop
that
him from being
can't call
retarded, alright? I'm just trying.
Yeah.
You guys have known each other before you came to work
Because it
here?
implies
You
that-
worked at other prisons?
He just called me retarded. I'm mad.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we try to
Yeah,
keep a
yeah,
very
that's
positive
a
work
slur.
environment here.
Well, I'm trying to be positive, you see.
Yeah, I've
I
heard
think
great things. I heard your carrot work was beyond compare.
Thank you, thank you. I hear that all of you guards here have been performing exceptionally well,
Thank
keeping
you.
the people
Thank
the
you.
person safe.
I can't wait for the
Excellent.
dinner. You'll be serving the guards first, I assume?
Yes, of course.
Excellent, excellent. You've got Brian in a headlock. What do you want to do with him?
That's the first time you choked him.
Technically,
Just a little.
you can look up in medical manuals the IQ.
Yeah, I'm just gonna drag him back to the hospital to wait.
Okay.
I'm trying to. I'm just
Brian, you're being
I
dragged.
don't like fat or not fat.
Brian, you're being dragged to the hospital.
Call me that all the time.
You're being dragged to the hospital.
I'm dragging you back to the hospital.
I blessed him.
You
Yeah, no,
you
she
cast
ain't the-
blessed. You smeared
May the
cream
power
puff.
of Zoltek bless you in all that you do. You had your chance.
Yeah.
You blessed him in a no magic.
Yeah, you're
zone.
talking smack as you're getting dragged to the back to the hospital. The warden comes into this
Willingly,
scene.
I go willingly. I don't.
Okay, you're going.
I
Okay.
don't-
The warden, you see the warden walk up to gate the prisoner 13. How are we doing today? She's like, it's been a crazy day. And he opens the cell and starts escorting her over to the meeting room.
What meeting room?
The conference room at 9 o'clock.
See, the plan's still on track. We took a weird
I don't see a meeting
detour.
room.
And now she's poisoned.
It's
early.
kind of outside
I
the
see.
cell area.
Still go to the hospital, right? Go.
Good?
Can I follow?
Because we
him
need to
then?
interrogate
You're
her
headed back
before
to
she
the
gets
hospital.
poisoned.
The guards are kind of
Who's dragging
watching
That was
you.
the plan.
He's
We
dragging
got
you.
health kits.
On the left.
She's not poisoned though.
That's not broken.
They fed her a poisoned croquembouche.
Yeah, but she was not. She was
And
fine
it
with
could be
it.
like a
For now.
Dragon Warrens.
You have health kits. If she gets sent to the hospital, we'll be
She's
fine.
not gonna get. I mean, she's a dwarf. She's resistant to poison.
She's
Try to
what?
get this to like.
Yeah, dwarves are.
Dwarves.
So this whole plan was fucked from the beginning?
Yeah, we're
That's
fucked.
what he said. That's what he said. It's not going to work on the door.
Will y'all just let her get to me?
Okay.
It's not work on the door. No, the warden says he's going to take her to Disney.
Me.
Am I able to
Yeah.
get like a?
So that's all good.
Well, we're not according to plan though. We're off book.
We actually thought the plan wasn't working because the guard said that you can't have any visitors.
No. He said he had an appointment. They didn't have an appointment.
No, we're off plan. She's not poisoned.
She's not poisoned.
That's okay.
I wasn't
Or, well,
supposed
no,
to
she is
poison
The
poisoned,
original
but
plan was just
she's
talk to
walking healthily, kind
He
of
was the one that
jauntily.
tried to kill
Actually, when she comes out of her cell, she takes on an even more pompous demeanor.
her.
Yeah,
Is that possible?
it's-
Because she was pumped.
I know it's bad. It's
And you're
bad.
playing her so well,
Thank
Gabe.
you,
I'm
Brian.
impressed.
And she,
That's how good my
I'm gonna hit you with one of these days. I'm gonna hit you with a chair. Like that's just gonna happen. So I mean, we've probably learned like what's your insurance plan, which hospital you're in.
If you say that,
United Healthcare.
you're going to be sued really hard later on if you do it.
You should have made
Would
a
you
bit
sue me if I hit you with a chair?
I don't even know what that is. I would be.
If you are going to attack, you should
Well,
tell
actually,
anybody.
Gabe, of all the things you hit me with, I would laugh.
Yeah, I don't think
We don't clap
I would
and
be
point
surprised if
like
Brian took me to court after I hit him with a chair.
Actually, to get, I mean,
What if you lost an eye?
Particularly, it'd be good for the video. I mean,
And
as
then
long as you move the
of
camera,
all the
yeah.
stuff that I've ever known you to do, have you the one actually
Yeah.
throwing the chair?
that would hurt you less than a lot of things we've already done.
Of all the things, and probably of. Like, really?
If the chair hits you before me, it would be a miracle.
No, I believable.
Julie Newmar, or not Julie Newmar, sorry, Snow, you're in the room, and the prisoner is
Australian
brought in.
Licorice went.
Stocky, red-haired, cropped
Hands down.
dwarf covered in tattoos. She takes one look at you and she's like, Warden, I don't know this man.
And there's two different brands of Australian.
Oh, wait, she might know you.
But
Sorry, wait, what was your renown?
better than Twizzlers.
I was
Absolutely.
my prison is
Flavor
16.
solid.
Oh, you have a 16 prisoner?
See, I
Oh, shit.
Where
So she walks in and she says, Warden,
Check the ingredients list. It's the
I don't know this man. And then she looks at you and winks and says, but I really feel I need to have some private time to hear what he has to
Oh, we got
say.
7 minutes left.
And the warden's like, of course, let me know when you're done. And he just escorts her in. She sits down at the table and she looks at you. What are you doing in here?
We not gluten free.
And she seems to know exactly who you are. Like, you've been recognized as a prison enforcer. You've been recognized before. She's not afraid of you. Most people that recognize you know, like, your connections and are, like, worried at some level. She seems very confident.
Why are you here?
I needed to gather some
Wouldn't that
information.
depend on how you
Are you
kill the
trying to
boss?
get out?
No.
They do it.
The warden has papers I need access to.
Here's my question.
They've been very hard to get. They don't have any guards in here that I can bribe.
If
Obviously, the
I can,
They're all idiots.
I open up my shirt to show her a guard uniform.
Yeah.
And I was like, if I
Perfect.
could get that for you, would you
He's
tell me
got-
what
I'm
the
not saying
key
it's amazing.
to the drawers thing
They kill a lot of
is
field mice,
I'm
too.
working with the axe.
Right. She shows you her hand, and a
Yeah, and
key
that's-
tattoo glows on the back of her hand.
So would you have to be there physically to open it?
I have no problem opening that vault. There's a teleportation
How
chamber on
many
the roof.
field mice? Cows?
But I
I
need
can get that. I can open the vault for you today. I need the papers from his office. His office is warded.
It's a resin secreted by the female
The
lab.
problem is the keys. We've gotten people into the office before. They can't pick the frickin' locks you need. Is
Not even,
keys. And I don't know how. They don't look complicated locks, but evidently the knuckleheads I've sent up there, and I've sent 4 or 5 guys, have been unable to open the. And evidently there's a lot of boxes, and they're not sure which one to start with. So even though they've opened a few boxes, it didn't have the papers I need.
What papers do you need?
I'm looking for background information on some of the other prisoners that are here. He's got files on every single prisoner. This warden's only been warden for about 4 years. He has no idea the data that's in those logs. So I need log books going back about 200 years.
I'll see what I can do.
Absolutely. She says all this in Thieves' Cant. So the entire
And I
time
will
you're
be
talking,
too.
you're
Yeah.
talking with your hands, and she's carrying on a very like, where are you from? How do you know my mom? Like a very traditional kind of nothing conversation. But the whole time, and she's pissed. Like she's like, you do this for me, and we will have no problems going forward. And second of all, are you with these Golden Vault knuckleheads?
Yes, but
Why are they here? They're gonna blow the whole operation.
they're stupid, but
We're not,
help.
I
I
don't know any
take
of this.
pride
I'm
in
not
my
there.
stupidity.
My
thank you.
I can cook.
yard time is the last shift of the day, so I'm 5 hours away from the yard.
so we got.
So if you can get those
like the word.
papers, get them to me. It's going to take me a while to read through them.
Yeah.
Right? Evidently they used a code. I've got the crack, but I'm not sure I can use it quickly. So I need some time with the papers alone. Then I can get you onto the yard. We can get up on the roof, and I can get you out of here.
Anything big?
That was mine, but it's you can use it as trash.
What is all the paper towels tonight, Brian?
Huh?
That's a new addition, I feel.
A lot of people tell
Is it snow? Is it the snow of the north?
Yeah, that's it.
King of the North.
Have we had a lot of paper towels in the past?
He's a no.
What are they for?
To wipe my hands as I'm eating Doritos or Cheetos or any sort of food. Well, and to
Those Doritos are just as bad as
And
Flaming Hot Cheetos, aren't
When
they?
he's
That's
done being a good
2%.
altar boy.
what
Just as bad as Flaming Hot
what
Cheetos?
did you say? Was that an altar boy thing?
I said when you're done being a good altar boy.
Oh, Brian, ever since
They're going to get thrown off the internet. Thank God Rock is not here today.
You know what? I am Swallow on the River. I really don't need this. I just need one, a little dap on either side.
Between you and Grease the Guzzler.
We're out of time.
So did you guys all hear what he said to him?
No,
Did you get that?
I'm not there.
I will.
He's in Thieves' Camp.
you can Thieves Camp me and I can
Yeah,
tell everyone.
I did
She's
not.
cooperative with
I
me.
mean, do you want? I don't know. Like strictly speaking, my character does not.
You do not know.
Something
I
about
tried to
papers.
explain to her that yes, I'm with the Golden Vault. It's not what it seems. They're not as bad as they seem. It's partly
Paper
we're trying to also make sure that part of their thing is to look dumb, so we're not suspects.
Ah, the old idiot ploy.
Yep.
You're doing a great job.
I tell her, I'm like, we put a casino in hell. We know what we're doing.
I heard about that. We got one of them here. That was a great operation.
Thanks, Sam.
Good?
Yeah, good.
All right, so not a lot of combat. This side of the table wants to be killing things. We need to have more combat.
I don't. I'm
Genocide.
trying to keep him to the plan.
Also, by the way, I decided we're gonna dump.
No, our
ashes.
plan
We're
is
gonna go
off.
socialist. That's it.
Like we can't.
We're gonna
I
go
gotta
red.
open that.
Okay, go red.
Yeah, what?
I have Lord of the Rings Magic: The Gathering, but I haven't opened it yet.
Oh, nice.
So I got a bunch of packs.
Rock, we're finished up.
Oh, pad.
I don't know. So there's the roof device. The prisoner 13 told Snow that the roof has a teleportation
I'm
device.
actually hoping for an Aragorn card. Aragorn.
So you think that tank has teleportation magic?
You play Magic?
Teleportation magic.
On the roof. You think that the dwarf is the key? She has a tattoo on the back of her hand.
No, not valid. Kingslayer game.
All right. Yeah, talk to you soon. Thanks for dialing in.
I got a deck. He's got a few. I'm working on my second deck. It'll probably be another week or two. But if you want to join us, we got a big group there. Kingslayer.
Yeah, so we need to talk about that. So if you want to play with certain players, you have to have 4. They won't let you just like 2 of you because there was a bullying issue. So like 2 players can't like have random
And you're,
people at the
and you're
table,
opposed
right?
to that? You're opposed to that?
No, I'm pro bullying.
Okay, good.
I'm pro bullying, but
can
they
tell you're
changed the
consistent.
rules. I was bullying. I was part of the problem.
Okay, good.
But then, so you,
One
me,
Piece.
Jack,
Always.
Cody, right?
Always.
But then John and DM Richard, and
Let's
if they
wait-
come,
let's wait till
do you guys just want to go into the general pool, or what do you want to do?
How many people can play Commander at one time? Four.
4 in a pod.
And right now, obviously, if we one more person, we're at 5. But we
No,
need
no,
8.
you're at 7. We're at 7 right now.
So we need one more.
One more, we'd have 2 pods of
We
4.
need 2 pods of 4. But one
And
week or 2
we know people at the shop that we could ask to play with us, right? We're driving that one kid home, and we've got some other friends there.
So yeah, no,
What I
that's
need-
that's the play, Dave.
Would I need to bring like a pre-built deck if I came over?
You need to bring a deck. So we have decks we can lend you. You know how to play Magic at all? You know the basics?
I know the basics, but I don't know.
You'll learn quickly.
I know.
It's a very friendly
Yeah,
game.
it's really easy.
Okay.
And then I'm slow because I'm still learning.
You did well last week, Brian. The
And
clock.
I get bullied. I love the timer. Great idea, Dave.
We put Brian on a
Brilliant.
clock, and it worked.
And they kicked him out of the game.
And I lost a game on time.
Yeah. I love it. And it keeps me aware, and you know when turns pass. I think brilliant. But no, I mean we can get 8 and then ask other people to join us.
Have you thought about teaching Kai Magic yet?
Well, I don't know Magic at all.
It might.
Tried to make him interested in Pokemon. He never really.
Pokemon is an unbelievably bad game. It's a very bad game.
Pokemon is so
It's
confusing.
terrible.
My daughter collects Pokemon cards
And doesn't
but
play the
she
game.
refuses to play.
Yeah. No, we have hundreds of cards. I played the game twice in my life. It's a terrible game. Have you ever played Magic the Gathering?
No, I
So I have a friend that teaches at Northwest University in game theory, like Nash equilibrium and stuff. I'm part of his lecture series.
Are you?
Rock, scissors, paper methodology. I've
And
done
I have
nothing
your
but
number.
rock
When I
since
go to the fair, I'll
1984, and I have like a 60%.
I usually only go like once. Is that right?
That's unbelievable, right?
You have a season
Magic the
pass.
Gathering is the greatest game ever invented. So we are the game generation. We've created more games in our generation than all other generations put together.
You know, grab some
We've
junk
new
food, make
mechanics and new game
you know, eat
styles
so much junk
in a
food,
way that's
throw
never
up.
been seen on
And that's pretty much what I do.
Magic the Gathering is the greatest game ever invented. It is.
Yeah.
It is the.
I'm not much
I
of
am
a ride
telling you
person. I like
this,
actually looking at
and I'm not wrong. But we can fight about it once you know how the game
That's
works.
kind of that's about all we do. We don't do
The
rides, we
greatest
don't do games.
game
There's
ever.
thousands of games.
So yeah, when I go there,
Really?
yeah.
Really? I mean, like, the number of games is insane.
And I know, yeah.
So there's several reasons why it's the best.
Probably. I'm thinking it's a lot.
All of them are valid, right? One is their mechanics.
But yeah, I usually
The
go
way
to my
in which
friends.
the
I got like
game
2 or
works
3 friends that get the
is
season
perfect.
passes. I just can't find it.
Then there's the story, the lore, and then there is
Oh, dude, you can walk.
We do.
that's
a no
really bad album.
From my front door to their thing is 15-20 minutes. Depending on how
And like
fast
each
we'll walk.
night, like if you're looking for a summer walk, like that's perfect. Go there, hang out, see the art
Already paid
exhibits,
for it,
the
and
booths.
grab it, something to eat or drink, and go home.
And if I had so much time, because they have those like exhibitors too, like it's
We watch.
like,
By the time it's over, we've seen it.
and I love the exhibitors and stuff like that. It's so much fun. The fair, yeah.
We play it all the time.
It's
Like we
open
play
to
it like
Tuesday.
twice a day.
Yeah, we
It's an addiction.
Yeah,
So before you get
Right
into it, you
around
gotta realize there's gonna be a little bit of cash.
She's excited. She
I love it. I love
My wife
it.
loves it.
Seems like every time you
Love
play,
the
you gotta
animals, love the
find.
food, love the artwork. Not much
So
the
if you come
rides
to
or
draft,
the cards.
you get to keep your cards.
So we're talking about the
but you
fair.
pay like
Oh, okay.
$15
You go to the
play
fair?
3 rounds.
Occasionally.
Yeah.
How long does it take to play?
It's fun. I like going. Oh, and then concerts. Like if there's a good
That's
like
about
free show.
But a lot of players-
Last year they had a free
You win prizes.
Pink Floyd.
You lose the first one, you're like,
It was
oh,
really fun
yeah,
to go
so
to.
now.
Well, the other thing is they draft for value, so they only want the cards.
So
they
good
don't
stuff.
actually want to play.
Yeah, Magic on Friday. I don't see what else to do.
Let's see about it.
I think we got.
Magic is a-
Oh, Jack's there this week.
Like it's unbelievable.
Jack's
Yeah,
there this week.
coming.
So we're 4,
So the game is something you have to teach them the
5,
basics
6, 7. But I think we can get you about it.
because the game
We'd
is
have to
all
like
about
get
manipulation of the turn phase.
Love that game.
And so these mechanics play into that. He's got to have the foundation. It's super difficult. And that takes time.
How you doing?
Good.
How was your 4th of July?
Great.
Fireworks, barbecue.
Probably give you
What happened?
Okay, we're going out to see the fireworks.
Yeah.
I tripped and I fell in my
Where?
like just on our porch.
Like walking out the front door there?
Yeah.
and that
Hey,
Where
probably
did you do
the
fireworks? The Woodbridge?
they give you shitty
Yeah.
cards and they teach you how to
I went there last year.
slow learning process. So
oh,
Anderson Mines some cards off me on Friday.
Aragon, the Unifier.
I have the art series one.
Have you seen some of the decks that build off his three, the multicolored deck based off his three abilities?
His abilities are okay. They're not crazy.
But if you could play a nothing but non-deck, you just get so much value.
Magic the Gathering, greatest game ever invented.
It's close.
What's better?
Monopoly. Monopoly's hard to beat.
Hunting the most dangerous prey, maybe.
Monopoly teaches you to support capitalism. It's a terrible game.
Oh, it's the opposite.
I mean, what
It
are
was
some other...
designed to make you hate
Oh, Dave, chess.
It doesn't work, man.
Chess.
Oh, it makes me hate
I always wanted to stress me.
It's gotta be. It's
It
gotta be
worked on
chess.
me.
No, chess is not a great game.
No, how come?
Because it's closed. There's no perfect game.
Yeah.
Because the other thing is there's no chance you'll beat a good player. None. You will never beat me at chess. It's like tic-tac-toe.
Yeah.
You will never beat me. Whereas Magic the Gathering, the worst player in the world could beat the best player in the world.
It's the random.
Could.
Skill issue.
Right, but you don't want a game that's 100% one or 100% another. You want
So
a
he's
balance.
arguing that it's not a game because there's a perfect game.
Yeah, chess is not.
And strictly speaking, you're not gaming.
Go is a
someone.
better example than chess. Like if you want to pick a great
And
game.
Mahjong.
David, were you on the
Mahjong.
debate team in high school?
Go is a. I was on the academic decathlon. I won for C students.
He loves when you disagree with him though, like battles on it.
Yeah.
No matter what
Battles
it
on
is.
it. Doesn't matter what it is.
Makes
Battles.
one mistake and he gets caught.
I had a guy who had a Starbucks cup in his hand. I said, "Fuck Starbucks, Pete's." He goes, "Like, yeah, I like Pete's too." I'm like, "Fuck you."
I know. Done. Shuts him down.
Magic is good.
That's just a good game. I love
The
it.
greatest game is tic-tac-toe.
My regret is pulling
You know,
away
if we
from
play
it.
10 games of tic-tac-toe, I bet you I'll beat you.
I hope you do.
In 10 games, I'll win.
Rochambeau.
I'll play it anytime.
Why not? I'm sure you'll
1
win.
in 10.
Yeah, go ahead. It's fine.
World-renowned tic-tac-toe player.
Everyone thinks, you know how you do tic-tac-toe, you lose the first game. Because they don't expect, you tell them I'm going to beat you, you don't tell them I'm also going to lose. So then it all fucks them up, and then you beat them because they're not paying attention. People don't realize how much attention you have to play tic-tac-toe. It's not simple. Like, you actually have to pay attention. And if I get you talking and distracted, I'll beat you at tic-tac-toe.
That's the game. Like you can throw people off their game, and people get thrown off games.
Well, in tic-tac-toe, you have to pay attention. It's a 3-game move. You have to make the right move each time. If you make a
Everyone got
mistake,
thrown off at work today. Like it's funny when you see everyone just gets spun.
well, you guys are getting fired. That spins people.
So HR sent a note out saying, like, huge ultimatum. If you don't find another job, you're fired on the 15th
of this month,
of September. And I'm like, dude, like, no, like, what are you doing? Like,
that
let us
doesn't
know
help morale.
It doesn't. She's a nice lady, but I escalated.
I'm a little confused. Wait, what happened?
I'm a government contractor. Contract's up in September. We're trying to find people other jobs internally.
Yeah.
And then HR, like, unsolicited, sends an email out to all the team for the most part.
It's
saying,
really
hey,
complicated. It takes a long time to learn.
do all
But
this
it's worth
stuff.
it. Once you know how to play Magic, you know everything.
You're like, go.
So, like, no.